Good morning, everyone. Many of you will know the French expression être bien dans sa peau, which means literally to be well in one's skin, or perhaps to be comfortable in one's skin. It's one of those expressions we've all heard, but perhaps we don't fully appreciate it without stopping to think it through. How many of us are content to own our lives, our backgrounds, our mistakes, our own opinions? Or do we find ourselves dancing to the tunes of others, adjusting or hiding our true selves in the process? For wishing you were not you, or worse, wishing you were someone else, is surely to become a prisoner within your own mind. Now, if you will allow me, I'll read you another of those stories that I heard as a child when I was a pupil at Homefield Prep School in Sutton. My headmaster, Mr. Carnes, read us this story in morning assembly once a year, and in the course of my time at the school I would have heard it 5 or 6 times, and each time the story made me cry. But perhaps only recently has it become truly imprinted within me. It wasn't until John was about 12 years old that he really became self-conscious about his mother's hands. Although she was in every other way a beautiful woman, her hands were terribly scarred and twisted. John's father was the first to notice that something was troubling him. He was also the first to notice that John, who had once brought his friends home to play, now no longer did so. When the opportunity presented itself, John's father took him for a walk into the garden. "I have noticed, John," he said, "that you no longer bring your friends here the way you used to." John made no reply. "I was just wondering why," continued his father. "Is there any reason?" "No," came the answer. "I see," said the father. "But I couldn't help wondering whether it might not be because of your mother's hands. I mean, it might be that you did not want your friends to see them." John flushed to the roots of his hair, but remained silent. "Perhaps you would like to know how your mother came to have such hands," said his father, "because when I married her they were very lovely." And John still made no comment, so his father continued. "It all happened one day when you were just able to toddle about. You and your mother were in the garden. She turned her back for a moment, and you headed for the house. The back door was open, and you made for the fireplace, pushed away the guard, and stood too close to the flames. Your clothes caught fire, and the flames soon began to lick their way around you. You screamed, and your mother rushed in. And because there was nothing else available, and the flames were growing, she smothered the fire with her own hands. She saved you, but sacrificed her hands in doing so." John just looked ahead and said nothing. His father left him with his own thoughts. Soon, however, John again began bringing his friends around to the house for a game or to tea. He always made a point of asking his friends very discreetly to note his mother's hands. "You see," he would say, "she burnt them because she loved me so much." Have a good day, everyone.